Hi, everybody. So, I wanted to talk about what do meetings look like, okay? For anybody who is thinking of attending a meeting and never has, and wonders, what goes on in a meeting? What is a meeting? Well, they're totally autonomous and anonymous. What you hear there stays there. Um, you know, you don't have people running around saying, oh, so-and-so was there, and la 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 la. However, you want to keep careful. There are things you share in meetings, and then there are things you share with professionals. And you kind of have to have, be a bit mindful to know the difference. But meetings are where you find a sponsor and fellowship, and the disease of addiction has been proven to be really a lack of connection and about the cage you're in. There was a study done with rats, one rat in a cage, and they gave it 2 bottles of water. One was drug water, one wasn't. And the rat would always overdose. Then, years later, a study was done by a doctor who said, look at this, there's only one rat, and created Rat Park. Rat Park had everything, heaven for rats, cheese galore, little colored balls, everything you could desire, and they had the same water. In Rat Park, though, they didn't want the drug water. They were happy. Studies have shown, and if you've watched a TED Talk called Everything You Know About Addiction is Wrong, it will discuss that the disease of addiction is about connection. People who have been through trauma, abuse, things like that, have a higher risk. Predisposition, those who isolate, do not feel they have a purpose, those sort of things. Everybody needs to feel like they have a purpose, and everybody does. And if you're suffering from addiction, it just may tell you that you don't have a purpose and that you've already messed up so much that you can't fix it. The train's left the station. But it's not true. I was a mess years ago, and I don't mind sharing that. I really didn't know what to do. But I found fellowship in the meetings. People who understood exactly what I was going through. And one addict helping another goes without parallel. It's proven. Goes without parallel. You're more likely to be open to someone who's gone through similar situations than someone who's read it through just a textbook, right? A lot of people prefer their counselors to have gone through it, or have somebody that's gone through it, not just read it through a textbook. Well, when you enter a meeting room, if it's your first meeting, you're the most important person. Now, people are going to welcome you and notice you, but don't be scared. That's them showing that they appreciate that you are there and to keep coming back. And, open up and share and say, if you're not sure you have this disease, just open up and start with that and say, I'm here for my first meeting. I don't know if I have an issue, and that's why I'm here. And listen to what everyone has to say. Or don't talk at all and just listen to what everybody is saying. Listen to the readings, listen to the words, and see if anything resonates with you. But you don't have to be worried about, everyone's going to hear and know. No, you would be surprised who is attending these meetings. people you would never think of, people who you have high regards for. Now, if they can get well, so can you. And, I did the video on step 1, but step 1, you really should work the steps with a sponsor, and the meeting rooms is where you will find a sponsor. And your sponsor is somebody that you can call and talk to if you're having troubles and you just need to talk. Grab a coffee or what have you, and they are someone that are there for you, that will help guide you through your recovery. In the meeting rooms, there are discussion meetings and there are speaker meetings. And speaker meetings are where they tell you their own stories of what happened, what was, and what is now. And discussion meetings are more common, where a topic is picked. Usually there's a regiment where, like, Monday will be a topic from the steps. Wednesday might be a box topic where you pick a topic out of the box, whoever's leading the meeting. It's always different. Like for NA at the Kirk, that's how they do it. There's different ways they choose the topics. At AA, that's where you're more likely to hear speaker meetings. But North End, which is located on Green Street, has discussion meetings and speaker meetings. And speaker meetings are great because when you hear the stories, you can really resonate with them. And so I really urge anybody who is in question of whether they have an issue or not to go to a meeting. I already gave the number for the meetings, but in Charlottetown, once again, you can call 902-892-2103, and they can tell you what meetings are going on. There are morning meetings, there are noontime meetings, evening meetings, women's meetings, more religious meetings. There's all sorts. And so I just urge you, if you are unsure, to go to a meeting. And, if you have a friend that will go with you, great. If not, I'm on Facebook under Shauna Lee, and I would be happy to take someone to a meeting, with the ride that I get. Because part of the steps, step 12 is having a spiritual awakening. As a result of these steps, we carry the message to others. So I want to carry this message to others. I'm redoing the steps. That's why I'm doing these step videos, because it's important. It's my mental hygiene is what it is. It's my mental hygiene. And mental hygiene is just as important as physical hygiene. So I am redoing the steps, and I still have a sponsor. I still see an addictions counselor. I have for years, because I have found a new way of life, and I'm not willing to give up what I've gotten, to the place that I've gotten. And I want to mention that there is a program, the transition program, out at Detox, Mount Herbert, and you don't have to be in active addiction to take it. If you believe that you have an issue and would like to get educated on addiction, the transition program does take people that are not in active addiction who just need some help. It is an inpatient program. It's 3 weeks. You can do 1 week, but it's very informative, and gives you a lot of information. It's a co-ed program, so I believe there's 6 women and 6 men, something like that. I know there's 12 beds available. So, there is that. You can also call, and there is an outpatient program for 3 weeks. So you can call Mount Herbert, excuse me, and ask to speak to someone who knows about these programs, and get yourself involved in one if you feel you need that. It's really hard to take that first step into recovery, but I can tell you that it is so worth it. You hear people say, I'm a grateful alcoholic or a grateful addict, and it's because they found such a new way of life through the steps and through fellowship in their program, that they have such a quality of life that they wouldn't have had, they feel, even if they didn't have the addiction, that they have found such serenity that they are grateful. And I was confused by this. You're a grateful alcoholic? But that's how it was explained to me. Now, I choose to say, my name is Shauna, and I'm dealing with addiction, or I'm in recovery from addiction. You don't have to say, I'm an addict, I'm an alcoholic. You can say, my name is, and I'm dealing with addiction or alcoholism, because some people choose to say it that way, so it doesn't make it sound like it defines you. So you don't have to, you can choose how you say it, but in a discussion meeting, if you're talking, that's how you introduce yourself. You just say your name, and what you're dealing with, and you can really say anything as long as you keep it kind of appropriate. Try not to get into specifics, drug specific and stuff like that, but it's a place to share, and it's a safe place. So just please take it from me, if you don't know where to go and you're unsure, but you would like help, go to a meeting, and feel free to contact me on Facebook, and I would gladly point you in the right direction. I only know from experience, but I feel that experience is just as informative as being educated. Because I've taken courses, I've done different programs, everything, and know that this is a disease that is cunning, baffling, and powerful, and if you do not do something about it, it will get you, and it can take everything, losses everywhere in your life, and it's just not worth it. So I urge you, if you have any issues, to catch it. And you may think that, oh, no, I only drink because I need to relax, or take that pill because of this. But, can you not take that pill? Can you not take that drink and be okay? Can you get through it? And if not, that means that your coping skills are to self-medicate, and that is a sign of addiction. So anyway, the meeting rooms are very friendly, and I urge anybody who's questioning to check them out, and you will find that you will be very pleased that the people there are all supportive and want you there and want you to come back. Anyway, I know a lot of people haven't been to meetings, and so I thought, since I'm touching on the first step, that I would talk a bit about the meeting rooms. And I'm not trying to preach, I'm just trying to share, because if it can help one person, then it's worth it. Okay, bye.